Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday from the Toybox edition. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Ironhide from the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Amazon exclusive Autobot Alliance 2-pack. Let's get into it! Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories in alt mode. So first up, we have the handy dandy instruction book. Generations, Transformers, War for Cybertron Trilogy, Earthrise. Team Autobot Alliance, and there it is in a bunch of other languages. Transformers, and then here's nice illustrations of the two figures that come in the pack. Prowl, WFC E31, well I guess that's both of them. So Prowl, which I covered a few weeks back, so if you're more interested in the Prowl figure, please go look up that review. And then this figure, Ironhide. And of course, both of their instructions are in here. There's Prowl. And then on the flip side is Ironhide. Nice clear illustrations that show you what to do, because that's what instructions are for, right? And then here's his weapon, and looks like it has a little bit of a paint app right here and at the end of the barrel here. It's a little waffly, not too bad, and kind of reminiscent of, you know, weapon that you see with the original figure, I guess. That, at least that's what it reminds me of. So, but nice molded details in it as well. Now let's take a look at Ironhide in his van mode. It's very classic looking for the most part. Now there's some glaring issues with it. Like right here. They could have easily replace the siege feet and the futuristic looking siege wheels. You know, they could have made a more Earthrise or Earth friendly looking version. So got the classic stripe on it. Windows here molded in. Window here with clear plastic, and then clear plastic up here. Excuse me, same on the other side as well. And then this black piece that really just kind of stands out. Nice Autobot tampo on the top here. And then nice silver paint apps for the headlights. And that's not... that doesn't look like it was in place all the way. So cleans up pretty good on the bottom. You can see there's reuse here from the siege mold. It's just a slight retool. And as far as weapon storage goes, there you have it, my friends. I'll look at the figure in his alt mode. It's time for alt mode comparisons, and here we have the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Autobot Alliance 2-pack Deluxe Class Ironhide with the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide and the Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide. For our last set of alt mode comparisons, here we have the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Autobot Alliance 2-packs Deluxe Class Ironhide with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive Transformers Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. So first thing, let's take the accessory off. And then we'll take the other accessory off too. Open the front windshield and the two side windows there. Just go ahead and kind of lift those up. And sometimes you can get these as well, and sometimes you can't. So then apply some gentle pressure to get this off. You can 1, 2, 3, 4 ports right there, just like in the Siege, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 posts right there. Now we'll get back to this in a bit. So when I pulled that off, these went ahead and kind of separated. But that's not what you want to do first. You want to separate these panels first, then kind of open those up, separate the legs. The arms here, just lift them up till they get even with that. Open the front bumper like so. Then you can spin this around on that big mushroom peg right there. Then separate the arms. There's a tab here and a slot there. So lift the head up. It's got a tab on it right there and a slot there. And then put the bumper back into place. Twist the arms. Close the front windshield. Whoops. Let's get that right. There we go. And then these panels here, just close them up. And you can put the arms down. And let's move him out of the way for a minute. We can talk about this piece. So you can kind of leave it open like this if you want, and it kind of goes back to the sled part of, you know, the original wasn't a legged robot. The original G1 Ironhide was not a legged robot like he was portrayed in media. You know, he was, you know, kind of waist up on this part, and it had treads on the bottom of it. So, and it was kind of a weapons platform as well. So you can kind of use it for that. You can fold these pieces in all the way, which is more what it was meant to do. And there's two things you can do with it. So you can put the figure on it. He's got some ports in the bottom of his feet. And there are some posts on this thing, although I don't know how well they work. So, but anyway, he can stand on top of it like it's a hoverboard. And you can see this part slides in and out. Or you can port it in on his arm and it's a shield. Or he can hold it in his hand as well. And, you know, the gun as well. So there you have it, my friends. Ironhide and its accessories all transformed. Let's take a look at the figure in his robot mode. and you can see he's got some nice blue eyes going on there, paint apps there, and then a nice silver paint app for the face. And then everything else we've touched on in the alt mode. And you can see like this piece right here, and the upper legs and the arms are reused from the Siege mold, or at least they're not retooled like some of the other parts on this. Same for the feet, they're straight up reuse from Siege. And I have to say, this is odd that they didn't use red plastic for this. At least it's odd to me, unless I'm missing something about the character. So let's talk about his articulation real quick. He doesn't really look up, he doesn't really look down. He's got no waggle, no chicken neck. He can do the full exorcist at the shoulder, 360 degree rotation, and he can raise his arm up that high. Then he does have a cut here at the upper bicep on a mushroom peg. See, there's the peg. And it will spin 360 degrees. Single hinge at the elbow. And it gives you slightly better than 90 degrees worth of bend. And then 360 degrees worth of rotation at the wrist on a mushroom peg. At the waist, 360 degrees of rotation. At the hips, he can go upside down. But he can also give you the splits plus plus. Kicks forward way past 90 degrees, so that's excellent. And then back just slightly better than 90, it looks like. On a mushroom peg at the upper thigh, see, there's the peg. It does give you another 360 degree rotation. Single hinge at the knee gives you slightly better than 90 degrees. And then at the ankle, no tilt, but slightly better than 90 degrees worth of, I was fixing to say tilt, but it's rocker. And then we kind of already covered storage for stuff. But holds his gun in his hand. It can also port into this, and this piece, instead of porting it on his arm, if you want to, you can port it on his back, just like that. So there you have it, my friends, a look at the figure in his robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Amazon exclusive Autobot Alliance 2-packs Deluxe Class Ironhide with the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide and the Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide. For our last set of robot mode comparisons, here we have the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Autobot Alliance 2-packs Deluxe Class Ironhide with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Autobot Alliance 2-packs Deluxe Class Ironhide, I have to say that it's okay. It's a retooled version of the Siege Ironhide, and it corrected some of the issues that people had with it. The tires obviously were not, or the wheels were not something that got corrected on this one, and it really, to me, it doesn't match. On the Cybertronian version, it's okay because it's supposed to be alien and futuristic-y looking, and those wheels just don't really work for the Earth mode of Ironhide. Now, does this one hit the beats of the G1 character? Yeah, it hits a lot of those beats. The red color, the classic stripe, and the chest windshield, which, you know, those are the same beats that the Siege version hit, although you know, the Siege didn't have the classic colored stripe. This one has more of that classic color to it. And one of the biggest mistakes that, you know, with that Siege mold, the feet in the alt mode were kind of an issue. But with it being an alien version of a van, you could kind of overlook it. Well, they did not fix that issue at all with the Earth mode version, this version. And it's really a shame because it really detracts from what otherwise could have been a really, really good Earth mode Ironhide. And you know, I'm not saying that this is horrible. And if you have it, like me, you were lucky to be able to get it, because it was not, if you didn't, like, when the pre-order was set, if you weren't on Amazon getting it, you didn't get it. It sold out very quickly, if I remember correctly. And that was back in 2020, I guess. Well, this one came out in 2020, so I'm assuming the pre-order was 2020 as well. It could have been 19, I don't know. But it very, very rare as far as I remember. And which is a shame, because both of the figures in the pack were highly wanted figures. The other figure being Prowl, that I did a review on a little while back. And even though that Prowl has kind of come back out, it really didn't, because they released it as part of the Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 86, you know, dying or extinguishing Prowl. So the mold was a little bit different. It had some like damage on it, and they didn't do that with this version. In that line, they used the actual Studio Series one, and, you know, retooled a couple of bits of it to represent the damage. So this one being an Amazon exclusive was the only way this particular Ironhide was offered. And again, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. The worst being that I can't remember if it's a Classics or a Generations Ironhide. And the alt mode was actually pretty good on that one, except for it was very, very panely. But, you know, you can kind of overlook that a little bit because it's a transformer that transforms. But the robot mode was really bad, in my opinion, on that particular version of Ironhide. So this was an improvement over that. And again, it's you know, they changed some pieces up on it to distinguish it from its Siege predecessor. And it's an okay Ironhide. Again, it's not the worst, it's not the best, but again, it's a rare one. And if you have gotten your hands on this one, especially like when it first came out, then you were really, really lucky. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that because it's a fact. And, you know, people still are wanting the re-release on that Prowl. And I can't say that I blame them. And instead, what did they re-release? They re-released the Siege one, which was already a general release. And, you know, most everybody got that one. And not that I'm saying it's a bad one. It's just not the version that people are really looking for. So, I don't understand why Hasbro does what they do sometimes. It's a little baffling. You know, if you have a product that you can make that people really want, get that product out to the people that want it. Let them buy it. Take their money. They want you to. But maybe that means we're actually getting a Studio Series 86 Prowl, which will, you know, can also be used for Smokescreen and Blue Streak and Silver Streak later on, if, you know, the demand for it is there. But again, as far as this one goes, not the worst one, it's not the best one. They changed some things on it. They didn't fix everything from the Siege mold onto this one. I really wish that they would have done something with the feet, the shield piece or backpack piece, whatever you want to call it, that becomes the top of the band. You know, I don't mind that so much. It's kind of a throwback to the sled parts of the original figures. And, you know, I mean, that's neat to have throwback pieces like that. I don't mind that. And, you know, it doubles as a shield, or you can peg it into the back like is going on right now. And, you know, so I don't mind that piece too much. And I don't know really what else to say about this one. That does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.